Welcome to APAC GSMA's Digital Champions short video series. I'd like to welcome Gokhan Ogut, the CEO of Maxis, a great champion and supporter of the industry in Malaysia. Welcome, Gokhan, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Julian.
Fantastic. Maybe to lead off, I'd just like to ask you, you have a very diverse background, Procter & Gamble, Danone, your own consultancy. What is it that brought you to telecoms, and what keeps you excited about telecoms?
Good question, Julian. Yes, I spent first 15 years of my career mostly in FMCG, food and beverage, and even pharmaceuticals. And finally, back in 2009, I joined Telecoms. And the first thing I said is, why didn't anybody tell me about this before? Why did I waste my time in other businesses? It's great because of three things. One, the constant change in telecoms really keeps us up to our toes. The change of technology, the pace of change is amazing. Very competitive. I like competition. Very competitive compared to some other industries. And the third one has a great purpose. What we do in telecoms really changes lives. If you look at the past 25, 30 years, how mobile industry in the first place changed the way we live, changed the way we do business is amazing. And I find a big comfort in what we do day to day in our jobs really impacts people. And this is a great fulfilling feeling that I get out of telecoms. So it's great to be in telecoms.
Fantastic. So, that sort of leads into my next question then. Maxis, under your leadership, Maxis has built already a 5G ready network. I suppose first 5G networks around the world are coming close or up to about a year and a half old now. Just in your mind, is Malaysia falling behind, and where is Maxis on making sure that Malaysia really keeps at the forefront of 5G?
Sure. Our journey for 5G as Maxis has long started back in 2018. We first started with lab trials here in Malaysia. And back in 2019, we were the first operator here in Malaysia to do live tests on 5G in the country. And we continued since then. We've been working together with the industry and the regulator, and of course, a lot of great partners that we have in the country on 5G use cases, demonstrating the power of 5G with different industries on helping them to do better. Meanwhile, we accelerated our readiness, starting with the core network upgrades and also transmission upgrades. So we're practically ready for a 5G rollout. And we have been working also with the regulator in July and August, a program called JAMDELA, which was announced a couple weeks ago. The objective of the program is to ensure a sustainable and widespread broadband connectivity here in Malaysia to help the Digital Malaysia ambition. And we are very supportive of this program, working together with the regulator, ministries, different government bodies, as well as other partners in the industry to ensure two things. One, broadband connectivity in Malaysia is widespread, filling the gaps that we have, especially in the rural areas, by working together, as well as getting ready for a very fast rollout of 5G when the time is right for Malaysia. So we support government's this initiative, and we're working with both the government and also the industry players, because we also believe this is this national agenda can only be achieved if all the ecosystem works together as one.
That's fantastic. So I suppose there's been much talk of the innovation and digital transformation possibility of 5G. What are you doing to start to stimulate the ecosystem and the use cases? I saw the event in Langkawi in January, but I know there's been a lot of other work going on. So what are you doing from that point of view? And what do you see Maxis's role is nationally and globally in that use case stimulation?
Sure. It goes back to what we first talked, the purpose that we have in our industry and the purpose that we have for Maxis. We just celebrated our 25th year back in August. Congratulations to Maxis. And for the last 25 years, Maxis has always been at the forefront of bringing the latest and the best technologies to Malaysia for the Malaysian individuals, businesses, and the communities to always be ahead, as we say it in our purpose statement. And this still continues, this spirit and this purpose. And 5G is really an accelerator in this always being ahead of the time, ahead of the pack. So we have been working on 5G with many partners, starting with big corporations. As you've seen in Langkawi at the beginning of the year, we are focusing on few areas. Number one is education. We believe 5G will fundamentally change education. We're utilizing our flagship CSR program, as we call it, E-Class, to teach students better with digital and now trialing with AR, VR capabilities that 5G is bringing. And we believe this has also implications in terms of lifelong training and development for corporations in the future because of 5G and how it enables AR, VR. Another area that we are keen is agriculture. That was one of the Langkawi showcases. We believe it will also fundamentally change agriculture and improve the productivity of farmers. That's another area. Third and fourth are more about smart campuses. We have few solutions that we're trialing with great corporate partners in order to make their campuses more efficient and effective. And we believe there is also a big opportunity with the 5G to build the future campuses for these companies, as well as manufacturing. Again, it's similar to the idea, how can you increase the productivity and efficiency in a defined area, and how can you really add value to manufacturing with the possibilities that 5G brings. Fundamentally, we believe a lot of the things that we've been talking in the industry, AI, big data, analytics, IoT, cloud, will be accelerating with 5G. 5G, with its capabilities on the capacity, speed, and latency, will be accelerating many of the innovations, many of the tools that we've been talking for a while, and we're looking forward to it.
Fantastic. So I suppose Malaysia was one of the few countries where we saw actually the industry, we collaborated with the government in responding to COVID-19 jointly, like there was some very joint activity. I suppose where the digital economy is also now seen as very much a cushion or an ability to respond and rise back from COVID-19. So what do you see your role now as countries start to evolve from COVID-19 in helping with the digital economy recovery and also the economy recovery generally?
Thank you. Thank you. It's a very good question. Yes, we are going through unprecedented times. Going back to our careers again, I mean, I used to think that since I worked in many industries, many countries, I've seen it all, but I guess I did not. And similar to many of us. So unprecedented times, and the impact on the industries and the impact on the economy is unprecedented. But again, the good thing is we're seeing that technologies actually will help overcome these challenges. And because of COVID, the technology adoption is actually accelerating. For example, take our data usage, data traffic. Overnight, we've seen increases of more than 30% for our both mobile and fixed networks. And our latest quarter results, data usage per user per month is about 22 gigabytes per month right now, which is compared to previous quarter, 25% increase. So there is a lot of usage, which tells us that people, the individuals in Malaysia are becoming more and more technology savvy. They are more and more depending on the internet. E-commerce, working with our customers and partners, we're seeing that all the way up to 2.5 times more sales on e-commerce for many industries. So these are really good signs that actually technology can help businesses to overcome these challenges that COVID has introduced. It starts with SMEs. They are the ones that are being hit the most. And I know that talking to many of our customers, they're anxious to go back to pre-COVID levels, anxious to jumpstart their businesses. And technology here can really help. This is why we've started working with the government, especially with Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation, MDEC. And we've been certified as a technology solution provider, TSP. What it means is we are able to right now to distribute the SME digitalization grant that has been put into the budget 2020. And the government is keen on helping the SMEs with this grant, supporting their digitalization. So a couple of weeks ago, we launched a program with more than 17 different solutions for SMEs, anything from mobile POS to productivity tools, collaboration tools, combining it with our connectivity. We have been utilizing both our digital and also vast network of retail points in the country to talk to SMEs, to tell them about what technology and digitalization can do to their businesses and how it can help them to overcome the challenges that COVID is introducing. And we are a one-stop shop for not only these solutions, but all the paperwork, necessary processes that needs to be done for this government grant. So they're able to utilize the grant, make the investment as little as possible to them so that they can really jumpstart their business, which I'm really happy and proud of the team being able to reach all the SMEs and really make the connection between what government is trying to achieve and what the SMEs needs to do. On the big corporations part, again, we thought that we are all digitalizing our businesses, but COVID was once again a great teacher, showed us how slow actually we are and what things can happen overnight. So we also took it both as Maxis and also helping all our corporate customers now to rethink about digital transformation. We call it retransformation. I think it's a great time to sit back, review what we have been trying to do, and really find ways to accelerate it. We need to accelerate, we need to have breakthroughs. So this is another area that we've started working with bigger customers, big corporations, how to accelerate the digital journeys that we all have, because again, COVID has been a great tutor for all of us.
I mean, I think a great confidence booster for the industry there. But one question then for you. Diversity, I know diversity and inclusion are important principles at Maxis. I suppose what is your role as a CEO, as a leader in Maxis in driving the culture and Malaysia's diversity agenda?
Our people fundamentally is our biggest asset. That's the belief and conviction that we have in Maxis. As part of our culture relaunch this year, we have identified 3 pillars, and one of the pillars is I am Maxis. There is no company, there is no separate entity. Each one of us, we are Maxis. So that fundamental belief that Maxis is a combination of simply great individuals, that's why we put people at the heart of everything we do. We consider it our biggest asset. And the diversity of our people is again what enables us in the last 25 years and will take us to the future. That diversity is inherent in Malaysia. Malaysia is a very diverse society, and the power of it in the region comes from its diversity and how people are able to work together. We're trying to replicate the same in Maxis. Be it nationality, gender, age, ethnicity, capabilities, skills, every one of those diversity elements are important for us, and we're trying to celebrate this diversity and improve that diversity. Starts with, for example, nationalities. In Maxis, although we are a local company in Malaysia, we have people from 27 countries. For example, we utilized our 25th year anniversary and Merdeka Day, the Independence Day here in Malaysia, to show all our employees the 27 countries that our people come from, a virtual tour of those countries where our colleagues live. Gender diversity is important. I'm also a strong believer of gender diversity, being a father of 2 daughters. We've just set up this year a new program called Women at Maxis, and with this collective, we're trying to open up discussion for women in Maxis, how they can accelerate their career progression in Maxis, how we can support them to do more in Maxis and continue in the career progression both in Maxis and outside Maxis. Age is important. Again, this year we have increased our new graduate program. More and more we are hiring young people, fresh graduates, and we value that. As well as seniority. Again, as part of our 25th year anniversary, we've celebrated a few of, it's actually more than few, many people in the company who have been with us 25 years or more. So a great balance of young and experienced, what we're trying to, again, have the right balance. And fundamentally, going back to I am Maxis attitude, I really value our people and the diversity of our people. And I have no doubt that the success of Maxis in the future really depends on our people, and we will continue to cherish our people and our diversity.
Thanks for those great comments. If I'm not mistaken, that's your building in the backdrop there. I can see standing out on the skyline of KL. I suppose as it sort of represents sort of Maxis and your own leadership standing out in Malaysia. I suppose my final question then would be, how do you see the role of, I mean, the GSMA and Maxis works closely together. And last year we held our M360 event in Kuala Lumpur. And this year we're doing something online. Where in your mind is the importance of the industry coming together and actually working through some of these issues like 5G, diversity, and discussing some common ground?
It is very important. At the beginning of the conversation, I said I love the competition in the industry. Funny enough, competition and collaboration go hand in hand. When you have a strong competition, it actually helps a strong collaboration too. Because that competition makes the players really value collaboration and not push back on collaboration. That's where GSMA comes. With the pace of change of technology, with the ambitions that we have for our own companies and for the industry to change the way people live and work, we really need to collaborate. And we're doing this here in Malaysia, that industry collaboration quite well, but it needs to be taken outside Malaysia. It needs to be a global collaboration, and GSMA has always been at the forefront of this collaboration. Since the inception of GSMA, has really been able to coordinate all these efforts around the world, share best practices from around the world, and really make sure that what we do as industry is helping the governments, is helping the people, is really opening up new opportunities in the communities, in the countries that we live in. So that's why I value GSMA and the collaboration that we have. And we will continue to support GSMA. We will continue to be an active member of GSMA, and looking forward to more sharing, more thinking together on the global issues that definitely impact us here in Malaysia too, and finding solutions, working with governments, regulators together. And your support and your leadership, Julian, is also very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you so much for your time today, Gokhan. I think great comments and great insights. And I love that you joined this Digital Leaders short video series. I look forward to catching up again soon.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye.